Ladies and gentlemen, on today's review, the glorious blood-drenched cinema that is. Welcome to another episode of Flimflam, presented by Stealing Fork. Tweak the name a bit. Still early, I can do what I want, right? Anyway, let's chat Mortal Kombat. To anyone complaining about this movie, saying that the Mortal Kombat movie doesn't have a proper plot or the acting or the special effects, I only have one thing to say to you. Really? 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 Hitting VOD a couple of weeks ago, and HBO Max, if you're lucky enough to live in the States, because in Canada you pay for Crave and you pay for the HBO package because they tell you you'll get HBO Max programming, then they give you the Snyder Cut and nothing else. But that's fine. I'm not bitter about it. Plot. So Mortal Kombat. I mean, most of you know, I assume most of you know if you're like me, grew up video gaming. This has been a game that's been in your life forever. I remember playing the first Mortal Kombat game back when there wasn't even any blood on the home edition. I think we were playing it on the Super Nintendo, the SNES, because I'm old. 12 friends packed in a room. We're all trying to read how to do finishing moves on notes we wrote down from somebody who said something to somebody because the internet wasn't really a thing. Google wasn't there yet. So you had to rely on somebody telling you, no, you hold block, then you up, then you down, then you left, then you jump. Oh, I jumped. Oh, no, it's not done. Anyway, moral of the story was, never seen anything like it. You're finishing people in that game. You're ripping heads off. You're burning people to death. You're knocking people off a bridge down to spikes below. It was just glorious video game carnage. And the plot was essentially, there's different worlds. There's a very evil world called the Outer World, or Outrealm, I believe. And basically, in order to conquer any other realm, Earth being on that list, you have to win a fighting tournament with their champions and your champions, and then the gods of the universe or the realms will actually let you take over. So, we're on the 10th tournament, aka Outworld can show up, lay waste to everything, and take over the entire universe because martial arts. Turns out UFC is a lot more important than we all thought. I heard a lot of, I don't want to say bitching and moaning online, but a lot of people just complaining that the main character in this movie essentially is Cole, who is not a part of any of the Mortal Kombat games. And I could see why that'd be a little bit of a bother. I mean, there were definitely points when I was like, could this have been Johnny Cage, or could this have been another character in the lead? I think so. But at the same time, am I going to take a character I don't know, put into a movie to help move the plot forward to what appears to be more tournament-based movies, while still paying pretty good respect to the rest of the franchise over, say, just somebody not paying attention to anything and just throwing a whole bunch of mishmash of things together? I mean, yeah, I will take that all day, and Cole doesn't really bug me. I mean, he's a likable lead character. He's got a few good jokes in there. He's got a couple of solid little fight scenes. You know, he's a former MMA guy, at least still kind of doing MMA, not doing great at it. He's chosen because he's got a mark. Now they got to go win this tournament, find out what he's going to fight for. He's going to have help along the way with Jax, Sonya, Liu Kang's in there. There's a lot of fun. Listen, bottom line is, what do you want from a Mortal Kombat movie? If you're somebody who's never seen Mortal Kombat, maybe your expectations are a little higher than they should be. If you've seen Mortal Kombat, what do you expect from a Mortal Kombat movie? Violence. More violence. A whole lot of killer characters that you've grown up with doing character-like things, like fatalities that you know, or moves that you know. Maybe some cool call-outs for those of you that have grown up with the games and remember the first, codes that you were putting in and all that sort of stuff. This movie's got all that. It's a lot of fun. It moves quick. It doesn't slow down and focus too much on any emotional content or whatnot, because it knows that you're there to just get to the payoff. I want to see that dude cut in half with this move that looks like this. And I want to be like, oh my God, that's that finishing move. And it's got all that. And this is clearly a setup. This whole movie is essentially setting up what will be the tournament movies. I'm assuming they've said they want to do 2 or 3 more. So you could see like the next one being the full tournament, the one after that being like a sequel tournament. I'm there for all of it. I mean, this movie had me legitimately cheering in my mind, raising a metaphorical or literal beer, and just really enjoying my time with the movie. This is one that I'll probably pick up on 4K. I think I'm gonna have a good time with it at home. It's not a 10 out of 10, guys. It's not an Oscar movie, but as far as video game movies go, listen, this movie has a lot of action, but a lot of it is a little shorter. The fights have a tendency to start, be explosive, and then kind of stop a little quicker than I would have liked. So hopefully in the next one we get some drawn out stuff, a little bit more moves used in the match, you know, maybe some surprise tag team fights, that sort of stuff. But yeah, great time, guys. I'm putting in a second category for this review because bottom line is on a movie. So just if we're talking acting, special effects, all that sort of stuff, this is like a 6. All right, it's a 6. But if you're talking video game movies, I mean, you're talking movies like Super Mario Brothers, Street Fighter. Okay, yes, I know some people love that movie, but come on, Van Damme is Guile. I love Van Damme, but Van Damme is Guile. Tekken, Far Cry, Prince of Persia, which actually, as far as video game movies go, not too bad. But the list goes on for movies that have been based on video games that have just been atrocious. I mean, at what point do you call out the Resident Evil films, right? And as far as a video game movie goes, I'm saying this is an 8 out of 10. They really paid attention to the characters, to a lot of the lore. Yes, Cole's not part of the game, but he's essentially there just to get all the characters you need where they need to go, and that's fine. I would rather a Hollywood writer say, hey guys, I love the Mortal Kombat and I really want to pay him, but the only way I can figure out how to do that is if I kind of have this guy that brings everything together. I will take that every day of the week over some Hollywood guy sitting down when they just bought a new IP from a video game and just crapping all over decades of fans. And I don't think they did that here. I think they paid enough homage that people will embrace it on the whole. And I think we're going to get those sequels, which I'm really excited about. So I had a really good time, guys. I hope you do too. Like I said, movie, 6 out of 10. Video game scale, man, we give it an 8 out of 10. This was an absolute hoot. Full disclosure, we're adding this after I finished the review because I wanted to chat on one quick thing. As always, when we deal with a remake of any kind, there's tons of people online that just automatically hate it, right? Oh, it's not as good as the original, not as good. Can we all just agree a little bit that the original Mortal Kombat movie is not the cherished Drakian treasure that we like to pretend it is? I mean, bottom line, it was PG-13 for one, and Christopher Highlander Lambert was Raiden. I'm just saying. Guys, thank you for watching. Keep watching. I'm going to have a couple more reviews up this week as I've had suggestions from people, so I will get those up shortly. Be well out there, universe.